Hey, this is Chip Eichelberger. I had a great opportunity to speak to many of you in January. I've been speaking professionally almost 30 years, was Tony Robbins' international point man for 6, and had a chance to switch on over 1,000 events now for organizations like you guys, and also Mac Papers and Kelly Spicers and Millcraft and Nakusa, and hopefully many more in the future. And it's fun to talk about wellness and getting people feeling better and performing better.
So Chip, when did you realize you had a passion for workplace wellness?
Well, you know, my core message has always been about getting switched on in terms of yourself and your life and possibility. And a lot of that is about energy. And, you know, in the past, it used to be normal to be in shape and not have disease and not need medication. And that was the normal. Now it's kind of the exception. I remember I went to Tony Robbins' Living Health Seminar. It was December 1988. I was looking at one of my old journals the other day, and he said something. He said, you know, the vast majority of people are going to die of preventable diseases. And that really hit me. It's thought, what could I do every day? What are the simple habits I could adapt so I don't really die from something stupid that's totally preventable? So that's been a big part of my message, to get people to realize, to think long-term. The best investment you can ever make is to take care of yourself, your number one asset. And I think for companies right now, especially coming out of COVID, the timing is perfect. Work from home has been big. Now people are moving more back to the office. And so some people didn't pick up good habits working from home. Some did, but some didn't.
So Chip, what constitutes a successful workplace wellness program?
Well, you probably got 20+% of the people who are probably already taking pretty good care of themselves. I mean, you know, reality is, do most people have healthy diets, exercise regularly, not use tobacco, not drink soda, and not drink to excess? We'd love to say that was the norm. That's probably, unfortunately, now about 20%. And you probably have about 30-ish, 35% who are, you know, probably willing and ready to take some action if they know. Probably don't need major encouragement. You probably get another 30% who need some strong encouragement, some strong messaging. I think it's going to take repetition. And then you probably got 10 or 15% or, you know, not over my dead body. Any good wellness program really, I think, is really selling, and you've got to create buy-in. It takes strong movement from the top to say, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to build this into our culture. The way this all started for me, I mean, I've always talked about it, but I never had a back end piece to help people drive behavior. You know, I would go in and speak at the national convention, and, you know, if people remember they saw me live, I got you to make a decision, something you need to start doing, stop doing, why, put it in your phone to remind you, but I didn't have a way to follow up. Lennar Homes is probably the biggest home builder in the country, 9,800 associates, 39 divisions. Before COVID, I spoke to virtually almost all their employees live, and after COVID started, virtually. And they like the idea of having their associates take better care of themselves. So we helped them launch a program called Wellbeing Max. And one of the big reasons that I think wellness is big right now is the research, and I can send everybody a link if they contact me to some more information, but for every $1 invested in wellness, it's a $3.27 return. Pretty good. And people say, well, we can't reach everybody. Well, how many do you have to reach to really make it worthwhile, right? How many people will quit smoking? How many people reverse type 2 diabetes? How many people will build a healthier lifestyle, maybe avoid that cancer or that major heart attack, right? So Lennar liked it, and they wanted to launch their Wellbeing Max program. And they did a launch video to get people enrolled. And there's 2 ways with any good program. Probably the best programs probably have 75% enrollment. The other ones, you know, not quite as good, maybe 50%. Some are like giving you incentive. Lennar actually said, hey, if you don't enroll in the program, it's going to cost you $75 more a month. So with any good program, the key is you got to start with a baseline risk assessment. And it's usually called a biometric screening. And usually, you know, people can go to their doctor and get it, or you have days where people come in, get a basic blood test. Because if you don't know your baseline where you are, how do you know where you want to go? Some people don't know their weight, height, waist size, blood pressure, triglycerides, cholesterol level, that kind of thing. You got to know where they are. And then with most healthcare programs, there is advanced health coaching. Because what happened with Lennar, I customize a video for them that they use. I can do that for any company, about 3 minutes long, to get people thinking about better care of themselves, naming the wellness program and how to get enrolled. That worked really well. Then any good wellness program is going to be action oriented, because again, you got to wake people up. They're contemplating making the change. How do you get them into action? So they created, I like this, and I've had several companies model this, Take Action Tuesday. So Take Action Tuesday, they do it once a month. All their messaging, all the stuff on the Facebook posts and the emails and the posters is around that one key concept. Because every video I did, now I've created for them 25 videos that are 3 to 5 minutes long on every wellness topic you can imagine. So every month, and they have an online suppository, because one of the good wellness programs is many people have families involved. So you want to drive that deep. Some companies do it online with Facebook. Some people have it on an app. Some of my bigger manufacturing facilities, they have let's say a safety meeting consistently. So when the people are in the safety meeting, they'll show one of the videos too, to drive that behavior. So with Lennar, I created those 25 videos, and then I created a generic version that I can use for anybody, because people don't want to be told how to be healthy. You got to give them opportunities how to learn. Here's what's possible for you.
So Chip, can you speak to the overall benefits of integrating wellness initiatives in the workplace?
Well, I think one, it's got to be part of the culture. People, you got to get buy-in. Part of that is you talked about is leadership from the top down. You got to have a wellness committee, which is different people from around the company getting involved, painting that vision. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. I mean, the best thing about this is there's some people do it themselves. There's other companies out there. There's a company that I partner with as a wellness company. When a company doesn't have it, they want help. Gosh, we can partner with this company to help you do it. But it's creating the culture. It's about energy. It's about health. It's about wellness. It's about camaraderie. Lennar has like a lot of walking challenges where they'll put this group of employees against this group of employees. And it's amazing what happens when you gamify something. People get excited. It's amazing what happens when people are getting results. Part of this is many companies, like I've got a big company here, Ed Financial, that I helped launch there. Ed Life, they call it. And on their Facebook page for it, we put everything through, but then you get a chance for people to tell their story. I quit smoking. I gave up soda. I mean, that's the number one thing, driving good messages of that. People don't understand how destructive soda is, for example, and what it does. People, I drink one soda a day. Well, one soda a day, 365 times 140 calories, 51,100 calories. For an average adult, that's 14.2 pounds of weight with one soda a day. Some people are drinking 4 or 5. I've got some people I'm coaching, and the guy says, God, Chip, I've lost 30 pounds. I need to lose the last 20. I go, well, tell me about your sugar source. He goes, well, I'm down to 3 Dr. Peppers a day. I'm like, I think we found it. But when you incent people and you give them swag and you give them encouragement and little notes and special little Yeti cups or whatever it might be, people perform well. But it's part of it's just got to be part of the culture where this is what we do now.
And Chip, my last question for you is, why is wellness an important focus for companies, especially as we emerge from the pandemic?
Well, I think you just said it right there. As we emerge from this, some people, for me, I mean, my schedule was wiped out, right? I speak at live events. I pivoted to virtual. I was home. Gosh, I work out a lot. I've always have, but we worked out more. I ate better. Some people were home and the refrigerator was wide open. They call it the COVID-20, the COVID-30. So coming back out of this, it's motivation. It's I think a lot of business in life is about morale and about momentum. And some companies have it right now and some don't. You might have seen the stuff with Elon Musk in the press saying, hey, everybody at Tesla, we're going to get you back in there. We're this norm of working from home. We need the people there. And there's a lot of people who can work effectively from home, but most of the people I've talked to, you miss the buzz of the office and having people there. So from a timing standpoint, moving from work from home, from virtual to live, as I think is important. Coming out of the pandemic is important, but also setting people up, just for, it's difficult. Mental illness. I mean, what did you see during the pandemic? I mean, mental illness is way up. Depression is way up. Obesity is up. Type 2 diabetes is up. Hypertension is up. People are having a tough time. And the best investment you're going to make, I think, long-term is in yourself, But as a leader, you got to say, hey, how can we invest in these people? What can we do for them? And you can't see it as, oh gosh, this is going to cost me money. This is an investment that is going to pay dividends massively in the future. And you got to get started. And I think I've done a real effective job with the companies I've spoken to of going in, they know me, like me, trust me, whether it's a virtual or a live piece. And then we're driving good content to them. The click rate is very high. The viewership is good. They're sharing it with their family. And it's good quality information that, again, you got to move people from contemplating about making the change to taking action to make the change, and then a consistent program where they're maintaining those changes.